Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to show you how to make an ephemera from an ordinary brown paper bag. I've got quite a few different ones that I've made, so I'll be doing more tutorials on them. These are just some bits and pieces that I've gathered. I'm just going to do this in a neutral tone, so let's just get them out the way. And I am going to simply, so you got your paper bag, this flap part here, I am going to cut it off. There we go. And then I am going to make, where is my scissors? Here. Prettify the edge here. Actually, I should have just used the scissors to cut it off, but anyway. So just to give it a bit of a nice edge, if you have a pair of scissors. Otherwise, you can also tear it to give you a bit of a edgy edge. If that makes sense. Okay, I think these are going a little bit blunt because I use them so much and I've had them for a very long time. So we're not too worried about all these edges. I'm not going to distress anything, but if you want to distress your edges, then now is the time to do it. So let's take that bit off. I'm just tearing it because I like it a bit rough. No, I'm just gonna, a little bit crooked there, but it doesn't matter if it's crooked. And that will do. Yep, more or less. Then we have this piece, the bottom of the bag, and what I want to do is make a doorway. So I'm just going to use my craft knives more or less in the middle, make a incision. There we go, just so I can get my scissors in, and I'm going to cut it down the center. Don't get too worried if it's not too straight because I'm going to cover that with fabric. And then you cut along here and along here, and you have a doorway. What have I done? I think I've done it wrong. I have. Shooby-doo. Okay, don't worry about that. So use the side that's got all the gluing stuff on. And again, just making an incision more or less in the center. Get the scissors in there. Yep. That's right. This is how you do it. Oh no, I'm cutting straight through. I am so clever. You know what? Hang tight. I'm going to get another bag and just redo this. Right, here it is. And I'm still going to use this, even though I've messed it up a bit. So, let's cut that off. This is my last bag. So I better make sure I do it properly the first time round. There we go. Now we have my nice little edge there. And then incision on this side, not that side. This side. More or less. Again in the middle, and make sure just to cut the upper portion. You don't want to cut there, which is what I have done. So let's just make sure I'm not going through everything. No, I'm not. Yep, just checking again to make sure I'm only, yep, there we go. Right, so we've done that. And now I'm going to cut inside here to make my doorway. And that away. So now I have my doorway. See? There we go. there we go. So if I lay it down, here's my little doorway. Just cut that. Make sure you can open it nicely all the way. And you can cut these out. Don't have to actually, but to make it smoother. Okay. And this is also again another very easy tutorial. And what I'm going to do, I am going to cut that out. You don't even have to cut that out. You can leave that there as well. And then, of course, I have to glue this down. So this side that's off, just a nice thin road. I'm going to glue this on so we don't have that flat there. Yes. And then I'm going to glue along here. Stick it down. Let me just... Fortunately, this is a fast drying glue as well. So there's my doorway. As I said, don't worry about this because it is going to be covered. Now this piece, get rid of that, shall we? I'm trying to work neatly. All I'm going to do is stick it down here. Now you can stick it anywhere you want. You can stick it here and make a pocket, which is a bit pointless because you're cutting it off. Or you can do as I do, and I am going to stick it in the middle to make like a belly band. And that, yes, goes there. Alright, so you only want to glue it on the short ends here so that you can put, this card might be too big, yeah. So you can put this into your belly band. And now it's just a matter of zhuzhing it up. So you have this through, so you can put a card or whatever in here. How cool is that? And now you stick this. Do I have a journal page available? Let me see. I normally have. No, let's pretend this is a journal, shall we? And then you will take this and stick it in your journal. And then you can pull out your card or journal card, whatever you're going to put in there. You can stick an envelope in there. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in this. And what I normally do, I don't think this is a little bit short, but you know what? It doesn't matter. I think this one is also, but you want to write. So I will mark this. Vad is made pencil. It is somewhere. Here we go. So I'm just going to mark it where I'm going to cut it. Right. I'm just going to take it across to my cutter. And cut it in there. You can again distress the edges. This will do. Where's my... If you want to, I'm not going to save time on the video. Because that is something, but you know what, I've got these, I know what I'm going to do there. Like I say, each one we do, or I do, is different, so that's okay. So this is a journaling spot. So let's add a little glue. There we go. Stick that. I'm actually going to put it in the middle so I have a bit of leeway on both sides. And then what I'm going to do, where's my cloth? Here it is. I can't work without these glue cloths. I am going to stick lace. So I'm also going to put fabric inside. Of course, you don't have to use fabric. You can use paper if you want. Look at my desk, it's already getting messy. You can fill it up with this. Why not? Let's do it. Actually, it has to be pretty straight. Where's my little... Can't find it, so I'm just going to tear it like this for the sake of speed. And let's kind of measure it. Doesn't matter about those bits there. You can always take them off afterwards. So we're going to there. Let's do that whole thing. That's about right. And I'm going to cut it off like this because I don't want to sit here faffing. More or less. That should be fine. Yep. And then I am going to just fold it there to fit and tear it. I like to tear it because it gives it that crusty edge. Now this I am quickly going to just distress. And this one is the walnut stain that I'm using. So put that there. Phytophagus. Glue it on the back. You can also use this card or the leftover of this card as well. Where is it? And put it on that side. Maybe I'll do that on that side. I mean, you know, the possibilities are just endless. And like I say, you can use scrapbook paper or fabric to do this. So on this side, let's extend that, shall we? And we are talking there and there. And because, no, what am I doing? I was about to cut it too wide. See how easy it is to go wrong? Where is my little, there. I'm actually going to cut this on my cutter. And I'm not going to distress it. Normally I would distress it. Stick that there. Line it up, and how's that? I think, let me see, just testing that it still folds. This one, yeah, there we go, it's fine. Got a little bit of an edge there. I actually like that. Let's keep it. Make sure this one folds nicely. What have I done here? Oh, you know what I've done, don't you? Oh man, what am I? It's fine, it's fine. We'll fix it quickly because this is only a tutorial. Just take that out. I'll show you what I did wrong. See, I measured it to the edge of this instead of to the edge of my doorway. So let's just cut that off. Fortunately, it is easy to fix. There we go. Let's distress that. And I'm going to distress this edge, but I might even just cover it. Who knows what's going to happen? Let's throw that little piece away. And then of course you can also add a stamp there if you want. I've got one handy here. It's got Let's use this flower. This one. I've got glue from my gun everywhere. There we go, just a simple stamp. And again, like I said, the possibilities are endless. You can make a little tuck spot here and put a tag in. Okay, so now I don't normally do a closure for here, okay, but you can if you want. If anything for a closure, I will use one of my gorgeous rusty safety pins, okay, to keep it closed. So let's move on. My glue gun is just checking that it's on. Let's use some fabric now just to show you. These are the kind of things you'll get in my fab packs. This is rather nice, and you see this is actually the right size of this upholstery fabric, but this side is just as nice, and I often use the wrong side of a fabric. What about this? This is stunning, isn't it? Is it enough to go there? I think it is. I mean, obviously if it's a bit bigger I can cut it down. Yeah, I like that. So that we're going to make this one like a goldie. Look at this one, isn't that beautiful? Oh, this is so nice. I am going to use this one for, let's hope I get it right this time. I just like the, so I'm just going to cut it about there. Should be right. And that's the wrong side. You see, the wrong side is also nice, so you can use that too. Or is that the right side? Sometimes I can't even tell. Okay, that's definitely, I like these edges. So I'm just gonna take my glue gun, get rid of that, shall we? And I've just made a great mess there, but that's easy enough to clean up. And like I say, you can use fabric here, or you can use pretty paper, which I've used on some. Oh, and glue over here. There we go. Do your glue guns do this? Do they kind of leak? Because I found I waste a lot of glue like that. Of course, these are cheap glue guns too, you know. See? And we will do the same. Now this one is a little bit tricky. I say it's tricky. It's a little bit too much, I think. Yeah, let's just cut it off for now. But it doesn't have to be. So I'm just going to pretend that we don't have this thing here. I'm going to put it on the hole there. Let me just measure now more or less where to cut, which is sort of along here. I just didn't want to use pink on this round. I mean, I love pink, so, and I use a lot of pink. Yeah, that'll do fine. Of course, I'm not going to put glue here because then I will glue this whole thing down. So be careful when you do this where you put your glue. Let's just do that. See what I mean? It's leaking. Ugh, and then it makes a mess. But I love using my glue gun. So there we go. How's that looking so far? I'm not too worried about that, and I'm going to cut this off, and you'll see why, because we want to make this pretty, right? Okay, let's just gather up that glue. Yeah, and you just land up wasting so much of it, so maybe I need to invest in a pricier glue gun that doesn't waste like that. Make sure it's the right way. Let's put that aside. And like I said, look at this. Isn't this so pretty? I would like to use it somewhere. Let's just put these aside because I have, shall I use the small one? Let's have a look. This is fine. I think this one is, or you could use it. It doesn't really matter. It's preference, personal preference. I think I prefer the bigger one. So all I'm going to do is glue this down. We want to make it a bit pretty. Oh, you see what I mean? Leaking, wasting my glue. Sometimes it's better to buy something a bit pricier and get better use out of it than the cheap stuff, and then you'll end up wasting glue. Okay, look at that, it's already starting to look like something. So that's the right side of the lace. And there we go. Cut that off, and it's already looking quite pretty. So what are we going to do here? I do have this lace, but no, I don't think that's the right thing. This is pretty too. Unfortunately, I don't have a long side of there, but you know as well, it doesn't matter. You can do two different how about that? Maybe a bit of green. Shall we bring in some green? That actually looks quite cool next to that, doesn't it? Decisions. Now I'm going to use a paler one. Yeah, I think so. And this time I'm going to cut it properly. I am going to cut it. Actually, I'm going to use this one. More or less. Yeah, I think that, yes, I like that. I think it just softens up the whole brown thing. I'm running out of my glue here. Fortunately, I have another one. Now let's dry. What I don't have on my table here is flowers. So there, and I will do, yeah, that's much prettier. And let's do this side. Yeah. Go. Oh, wrong way around. Make sure it's always the right way up when you're working, okay? Because now really that should have been the other way, but it's still okay. You're allowed to do stuff that's odd for journals, but I really like that. You see, and then also in here, yeah, let's make a yeah, and what if we, just to be a little bit fancy, and because this punch happens to be sitting right there, go. And of course I would but no, we can either keep this as a journaling tag, but if we're going to journal on this, we also can't make the tag too bumpy. So it's decisions again. Let's just get all this fluff out the way. And this was a good buy. Pricey, but a good buy. Let's just mark that. Sometimes I can't see. Okay. And that can go in the middle there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go off camera and just finish this. I don't think you really need to see me finishing on camera, but I also wanted to show you, I made this with a piece of vintage lace. Let's go. Okay. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. Excuse me, bless me, Santina. And I used a hair clip for that. So this could also be slid on like so. Oops. To make it look a bit fancy, or you could put it on. Now I wouldn't put it on there, or even on there. You know why? No, I wouldn't. Because you're going to glue this on. And remember, when you glue this in, I'll just show you again with this book. There are many different ways to glue this on. So you can glue it on down the sides, and then you've got another pocket space there. Or you could glue it this way, and then you've got another pocket that way. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera, finish this up, and I will bring it back to show you the finished product. See you now. Hi, so I'm back to show you the finished paper bag. So as you can see, all I did, very simple, added flowers here, added a bit of my sprayed muslin on both ends with a little faux pearl thingy-majig, and then to open it, of course, goes in here, and I just added these stickers so you can see, and I left this pretty plain for journaling, because if I make it too bulky, then this is not going to sit nicely. Okay, unless you want to make a closure for it, you can make holes here, put a ribbon through and tie it as well. So that is an option for closure. And then, so we have this centered belly band here, and I added this, and like I showed you earlier, this is just on a hair clip. I was just messing around and I put it there. So that's a journaling card, and there is room for more. Put that underneath, and then in here, and I added lace on the edges here too. And then here I've also put 2 journaling cards, and that's just got the safety pin with a dragonfly, and that one is my pin, which I haven't done up yet, but there is quite a bit of room in here. And this is, where's this journal? It's another journal I'm still working on. I just wanted to show you a proper page. Let's say here, or even this way. Look how pretty that looks in the journal. And of course, like I said to you, there are 2 ways of doing it. So you can make a pocket this way by gluing down these 3, or make a pocket this way by gluing it that. And of course, this bottom is open. If you want to as well, you can glue this down. So that would go up there. I just like leaving it open. You know, you can put another, there's so much stuff you can put in here. I mean, plenty of room. And you can do a highly embellished tag as well to put in here. It's got the room. So when you glue it down, make sure you don't glue here, because I've done that before. You just glue on that side. So that's the tutorial for another easy peasy one to do with your paper bags. The next tutorial, I shall give you a sneak peek. If I can just, it was here a second ago, I swear it was. It's disappeared. I can't believe it. Seriously, it was here a second ago. I wanted to, oh, hold on, it's fallen on the floor. Hold on. There we go. The next tutorial will be on this baby. Very, very nice one too. So I will see you again soon, and don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to comment. I really appreciate comments and likes. Then I know I'm going in the right direction. Thanks guys. See you soon. Bye bye.